Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. Hope you had a wonderful day, a warm one out there at that. Did some traveling between work and home today for a meeting in the office, and it was warm then, and it's still warm now. And that warm trend continues. We'll talk about that today as the outlook is grim. If you like hot weather, well, then it's not so grim. But if you don't like extreme hot weather, then yeah, you're going to want to pay attention. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little heat safety today with Joe Polvelmacher. We're going to play a little piece today, and actually tomorrow we'll talk more about heat safety overall, but I want to get in something as we go into another day of very high heat index temperatures, in close to 100 was today and expected on Thursday as well. So we'll talk about that. We also have Bill Balke in. Will give us an update on the Fitchburg Road construction projects happening around the city. Of course, we got our Fish Hatchery Road, McKee Road, and we'll talk about the new project coming up on Lacey Road and MM. So that'll be the talk today. And then I meet up with my friend Tiffany at the Better Business Bureau. We're talking employment scams. Now, these scammers are people who take advantage of people, and especially now more than ever. People are maybe out of work, looking for jobs, and you don't want to get caught in one of these scams. You lose a lot of money. You're like, well, why would you ever pay to work? You don't want to listen. Just saying. Yeah, because Andrew just found that out from that package the other day. I bet he's been paying me to work. No, he hasn't. Andrew, anybody? All right, let's get to it. We start with the weather. Hot weather still on tap for today and pretty much tomorrow too. Yeah, so today we got in the heat index into 90 and 100. Tomorrow we see that again with chances of thunderstorms Thursday evening as well, afternoon and evening. And on the bottom there, you can see that heat safety stuff. So please, please, please take the extra time when you're heading out and being outdoors. Limit your outdoor activity, take lots of breaks and plenty of fluids. And I had a chance to talk with our fire chief of the Fitchburg Fire Department about how important it is during this time to take it easy and be safe.
Anytime we start dealing with heat, I think there's a couple of things that we can do to prepare ourselves, even outside of the temperatures, the extreme temperatures. And one of those things is to hydrate often, drink a lot of water, and just understanding that not all beverages hydrate, right? So even when we step away from the water, go to something like soda, or if you're in a position where you can drink alcohol with a picnic or something like that, it's imperative to note that those beverages will actually create a dehydration issue. So it's better to just pre-hydrate as much as possible, drink water often, and that will be of assistance. The other things that we need to be aware of is where we're going. Are we going to be outside? Is there going to be shade? Is there the ability to step out of the heat? Those are things that a little bit of preparation really does go a long way, because you may have to bring something with you, like a shade, an umbrella, a tent, something to get out of the direct sunlight, and then to know where your cooling off areas would be in the event that you just have a situation where muscle cramps set in, or you notice that you're having some extreme temperature related fatigue. So that's what sort of helps us through these things, is not only understanding what our forecast is going to be, how hot it's going to be during the course of the day, but then what we do in the event that regardless of how hard we try to stay out of the heat, it overwhelms us. So where do we go? Do people know where we're going to be for the day? So calling family members and saying, hey, we're going to be out at the beach or something, just to give them the opportunity to check in with you in the event that they haven't heard from you. And that is especially important if you're going alone. Preferably in these situations, you do what you can to check in and have somebody check up on you or be with you so that you can keep an eye on each other. But I'd say the best thing that we can do right now, regardless of where you are, is just start drinking water, and that's a really good start.
All right, there you have it. We'll talk more with Joe tomorrow on the show. He'll be part of our guests, and we'll continue our talk about well, about being safe during the hot temperatures, including if they were to have to respond to a fire in this extreme heat. We'll talk all about that tomorrow. All right, well, you've got some road closures to tell you about. We'll start with the Southbound Seminole Highway. That will be closed tomorrow night. It starts at 6 p.m. and we'll reopen Friday morning at 6 a.m. And we're talking about the Southbound Seminole Highway will be closed. And the closure will be between McKee and Seminole Circle. So if you're coming, or Seminole Court, Seminole Century Court. Got to say that right. And yeah, we want you to take it easy. Bill will actually talk about this coming up in just a little bit of time about what they're doing with this closure. So we'll get you that information here in just a little bit of time. Also, Grandview Road slows for replacing a culvert. Yeah. So they'll be doing some culvert work here just to the east of Fitchburg Road. Streets will be replacing the culvert there. The work should be completed by Friday, July 17th, and the end of the day pending weather. So if you live out in that area, at least you know that that part is coming up here for culvert work. All right, deadlines for the August primary or partisan preliminary is coming up. Let's try to say that 10 times fast, Andrew. And it says here, voter registration deadlines for the August 11th, 2020 partisan primary is this. Voters can register the following ways. All voters must provide proof of residence, document it, and registering to vote by mail, in person, in the clerk's office, or at the polls on the election day. So here's some of the deadlines we're talking about. July 22nd, the deadline to register by mail. Your voter registration form, along with proof of residence, must be postmarked to your municipal clerk no later than July 22nd of 2020. So if you are registering by mail, so this isn't the absentee, we're talking about registering to vote. You can find the municipal clerk's contact information at the website fitchburgwi.gov. July 22nd also is the deadline to register to vote online. So similar in fashion, you can do all of this through the My Vote website, which Andrew will share up, is where we got all this information from. Other dates here as we move forward. August 7th at 5 p.m. is the deadline to register in the municipal clerk's office. So you have up until 5 p.m. on August 7th to register. Voters may register in person at their clerk's office during their business hours. Remember that our office is closed, but you still can register by setting up an appointment. Just call our clerk's office, and that number's on the website main part there. Also on August 11th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. you can register to vote at your polling place. Voters can register to vote their polling place on election day, which is August 11th, 2020. So if you do need to register to vote, you still can do that at the polls on the election day. And all voters in Wisconsin can request an absentee ballot by mail to them for any reason. Voters must register before they can request an absentee ballot. So voters may request their absentee ballot in writing. To request an absentee ballot, go on to myvote.wi.gov for more information on getting yourself an absentee ballot. And speaking of absentee voting for the August 11th, piece, the city of Fitchburg will be doing this. It says here, absentee voting for the August 11th partisan primary will be available by curbside and by appointment from Tuesday, July 28th through Thursday, August 6th, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And on Friday, August 7th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call our clerk's department office, 270-4200, to schedule an appointment. And please indicate if your preference is curbside. No appointments will be available after 4:15 p.m. You will need to bring your photo ID, and we suggest you bring your own black ballpoint pen to mark the ballot. Also request that you wear a mask, as now that is part of Dane County's piece there too. So please do so when you come in to vote. Again, all this information is online. It's at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. And of course, you can go out to the My Vote as well. And you can Google that too, My Vote Wisconsin, and get to that. It gives you all the information you need as we come into this. Again, we encourage you to absentee vote if you can ahead of time. That way we can minimize the risk of anybody getting exposed to COVID-19 on the election day coming up. And if you're interested in becoming becoming an inspector for the election. There's still room. A lot of you have already signed up, and we hope more will. All right, Andrew says I got to take a break. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We have your Fitchburg road construction update with Bill Balke right here on Talking Fitchburg.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what?
Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from his desk atop of the city of Fitchburg, Bill Balke. Bill, how you doing?
Hi, Jeremy. Doing pretty good.
Technically, we're on a really high hill, so you could say you're looking, look over Fitchburg.
Yeah,
like
I can see the Capitol and everything. It's kind of nice.
Hey, Bill, appreciate the time. I know you're very busy, and there's a lot of stuff going on as far as construction projects, so we'll jump right into this. Looking at the McKee Road project, or I'm sorry, not McKee Road, Fish Hatchery Road, not McKee. We'll get to McKee, but Fish Hatchery Road project. What do we got going on for an update on that front?
Pretty busy over there. As you probably noticed, we got the curb and gutter in for most of the project. We're starting our mainline paving this week, coming down from Greenway Cross. They'll be out there tomorrow doing driveways. So businesses out there, we're coordinating with them to let them know that we're going to be closing off the driveways for a little bit while we pave the asphalt through those. And then, we're looking at the week of the 21st, possibly to or the 20th, to switch the traffic over to the other side of the road. So it's moving pretty quick now.
Yeah, I would say Greenway Cross intersection looks really good on the one side. So that all came together as well. And traffic-wise too, getting through there, Bill, I know we're seeing a lot more traffic now. Any advice for motorists for getting in and out of that the construction area?
Well, in the construction area itself, from Greenway Cross down to Traceway, you'll still be able to get into those areas, or travel through the areas without a lot of hindrance through there, not much more than normal. But we are seeing, with the increase in traffic, a lot more traffic on the Beltline. And the peak hours during the evening times from like 4:30 to 6:30 are starting to back up on the Beltline. So, unless traffic dies down out there, the Department of Transportation may be looking to shut that exit down during that time. So we're working with them to try to mitigate whatever we can for traffic, and hopefully alternate routes are available to use in that time frame. That go ahead and use those so that we don't have that exit totally closed down.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date on that if there are any changes. So please plan ahead if you're heading down into that corridor. Certainly want you to patronize businesses, but traffic can be tight at peak times right now. So plan accordingly, as they say. Any other updates on that project, Bill?
No, as I mentioned, it's pretty exciting to start seeing some blacktop down there, and so they're finishing that up, and within the next couple of weeks, we'll be moving into the new section.
Yeah, it is moved along. Really, it seems to me, I mean, being down there, I'm sure it doesn't feel fast, but it is moving along. It seems really well. Now let's head over to McKee Road. We got a big closure coming up tomorrow night on Seminole. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, we're going to have to extend a storm sewer pipe across Seminole Highway on the south side of the road. So in order to do that safely with the areas that we have to work on, it's best to close that down. So the road south of McKee Road on Seminole Highway will be closed tomorrow night starting at 6 p.m. and be open to traffic again by 6 a.m., hopefully sooner than that. If you need to access that area, you can detour around using Commerce Park and Executive Drive, or I'm sorry, Marketplace and Executive Drive. So yeah, if you can kind of loop around through the back way there to get into that area if you need to.
Yeah, that at least happening overnight, so it shouldn't have too much impact to traffic, but definitely plan ahead if you use that area. People have been notified in that area, Bill, as well for the closure, correct?
Yes, we did send out emails to the residents in those areas to let them know that there's going to be overnight construction. We try not to do it, but just for the safety and of the workers out there, we did it during the night just so that we can get that done as safely as possible.
Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate breaking it down for us and telling us what's going on. As far as other components of that project, where are we at with the construction?
If you've driven by recently, the bridge on the south side is kind of gone up for the pedestrian bridge. They still got to do some work on that, so be a little destruction and then reconstruction to take care of a mistake that was made there. And then the road's been cut out for the gravel to be put down for the most part. They're finishing up some storm sewer through the area, and some of the utilities still need to relocate, but we're working on that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work in that corridor, and yeah, they'll. How close are we to switching over to the other side for work?
I couldn't really tell you right now. I think we're looking at it's probably mid-August in that range that we'll be switching traffic over to the other side.
So it's got a ways to go on that on that Prius. Okay.
It could be 3 to 4 weeks depending on weather, but somewhere's in the middle of August, I think.
Gotcha. Well, we'll keep people up to date on that. Bill, I appreciate the time. Certainly head out to the website, fitchburgwi.gov. Bill does a great job of keeping us up to date on what's going on, and we'll keep pushing out that road closure. Any other news for you, Bill?
Yeah, over on the intersection of Lacey and MM, we're going to be starting the construction of the traffic signals there. So next week, you'll start to see barrels be installed out there, doing some traffic switches, some lane closures and things like that. So just be aware that construction is happening in the area. Allow for some extra time through there, and watch out for the workers because they'll be working right alongside the live traffic.
Yeah, got to slow down in that area, but that traffic improvement will certainly help on the safety front and helping traffic get into that new subdivision on the other side of the road.
All right.
All right, Bill, thank you so much for the time. We'll check back in with you next week.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks.
Bill Balke, your Public Works Director. Appreciate the time, and we'll keep you up to date right here on Fact TV on what's going on. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hola, Julia. ¿Estás lista para tocar con nosotros? Yo tocaré mi clarinete.
Y Alma tocará su tambor. Tambor ruidoso.
Bueno, ya sabes qué hacer, Julia.
Julia sabe.
Dado el autismo de Julia, los sonidos pueden ser muy fuertes.
Y hace música a su manera. ¡A tocar!
La detección temprana del autismo puede hacer una diferencia de por vida. Conoce más sobre la detección temprana en detecciondeautismo.org.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today, we're joined by my favorite person from the Better Business Bureau. It's Tiffany Schultz. And Tiffany, you're back today talking about employment scams. Employment scams are kind of an interesting dynamic, and it hits. Unfortunately, it hits people that are very vulnerable, that may be looking for jobs in a crunch. And given everything that's been going on with the pandemic, certainly these scams are probably even increased, as we've seen across the board with scams. So tell us how these employment scams work.
Employment scams are targeting a large percentage of people, and even more so now that we're in a pandemic and consumers are losing their jobs and looking for new jobs, and it's ripe for scammers to take advantage of these people. And in employment scams, they were the #1 scam in 2018 and 2019 nationwide. And there's a good chance they're going to be the top scam again in 2020 as well. So scammers target their victims through online ads. They target them through third-party websites. So if you're browsing third-party websites, you really need to pay attention to what you're applying for. If you're applying for a position, it's a very vague position. The requirements are very vague. It could be a fake job posting. What you want to do when you're applying for these jobs is to cross-reference the job. Go to the company website and make sure that you're checking the company website as well to see if the job is posted. If it's not posted, you're in doubt, call the company. Make sure you're applying for an open position. That's a good way to guarantee that you're not going to get sucked into one of these employment scams.
Yeah, have you heard of more of these being like targeted with working at home versus going to a brick and mortar place? So, it's like work from home and make X amount of money and never leave your couch. It sounds too good to be true. Is that where we're seeing a lot of the targeting, or is it kind of spread the wealth?
We're seeing 53% of the scams targeting people who are looking for work at home positions, warehouse redistribution positions, and secret shopper positions. Work from home, flexible positions are the #1 way that scammers are targeting their victims, because people want to work at home. They want to have that flexibility, and they see a great opportunity and they don't even think before they go ahead and apply. Now, a lot of these positions are going more remote. Because of the pandemic, and companies are realizing that you can work from home, but you still need to be very careful and research the company to make sure that you're really applying for a real position.
Yeah, I would definitely say if it sounds too good to be true, and I think you've heard this too, Tiffany, many times, it's probably not a good thing. What are some other ways we can avoid these scams?
Well, people not only get caught in employment scams by providing personal information, sometimes they do end up working for a company that seems to be real. So they're giving their hard-earned time and not getting any payment. So you really need to watch out for those. And you also want to be careful not to get stuck in a fake check scam. Sometimes a company will so-called hire you. They'll send you a check to purchase equipment and training materials. Well, once you get that check, you cash it, and then it turns out to be a fake check. Not only are you out a job, but you're also out the money that you've cashed the check for, and you may have put money into equipment that you don't need. So you really want to pay attention to that as well.
Yeah, I've heard of those of you have to pay to work, up front, and just never sounds right to me. So not a very good idea. Looking at the job description as well, I like the tips there on researching the company. I bet you have a tool for researching companies, Tiffany.
You can check us out on bbb.org. You can find out anything you need to about the company. If the information that you find is very vague on a company, if you can't find it on bbb.org, if you're not getting a lot of information, proceed cautiously. That's usually a red flag that there's more to the story.
And then I know the answer to this question, but how important is it to report these things to not only BBB, state, Wisconsin police? That really helps you guys and others find these scammers.
Extremely. If you're caught in an employment scam, if you're aware of an employment scam or any type of scam, go ahead and report that to us at bbb.org/scam tracker. That helps our efforts in warning other consumers, and other people don't have to be a victim. So it's so important. You may think that, oh, somebody else has already reported it. That's great, but you need to report it too. bbb.org/scam tracker is your friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Tiffany, thank you so much for the time and the information. Appreciate it. And we'll check back with you soon on more safety tips. Love them.
Thanks for having me.
All right. There you have it. Got to do your homework, definitely, when you're checking out these jobs. And again, I think if it's too good to be true, it's probably fake. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day. Boy, did we have some great guests today. We had a lot of people on the show. And guess what? All of those will be posted up at our website. Well, their social media pages, YouTube and Facebook, and of course at the website, fitchburgwi.gov, where you can go back and watch this full show and all of the great shows we have here on Fact TV. And Andrew, how can they do that? Well, if he presses this button, Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Roku, you can find us pretty much everywhere, folks. And of course, just head to the website, fitchburgwi.gov, for more information. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there.